and I met again about 6 months ago, maybe not even that.
Yeah, and I talk about it a little bit in here,
so
but
I'm
yeah.
not even gonna tell, it's really quite amazing because there are very few people that are so deliberate about action. And Sherry was so deliberate that I was surfing in Costa Rica. I'll let you take it from there.
Oh, yeah. And we have a mutual friend, Carl Wadenston, that kind of, well, connected you to Costa Rica. And I was on a home building mission with my daughter, and Paul said, hey, why don't you come over to Malpais and we'll talk about it, because I know you understand lean basically from our discussions, and that's how it started. And this is Tanya Doyle. Come on up, Tanya. She's been with Vantec for 6 weeks. We've known each other since high school, and it was at a wedding maybe 6 months ago or so we found out that we're both really passionate lean people. And so I've been working to get her to join our team ever since, and I'm very happy to say that she joined 6 weeks ago as our COO, Lean Sensei, and integrator. So anyway, we decided to do this in video form so I don't talk too long, and then we can answer questions afterwards. Just start it. Do I just hit the middle?
You should be able to just advance. Let's see what happens. No? Let's see here.
Volume on.
Welcome to Vantec. Located in Webster City, Iowa and Falls City, Nebraska, we are a plastic injection molding and value-added services provider, offering tonnages from 55 ton up to 1,760 ton, with capabilities up to a 3,000 ton press. We started with 2 employees and 2 machines in a 3,000 square foot facility. Now we have 145,000 square foot in Webster City, Iowa, and a 40,000 square foot facility in Falls City, Nebraska, both of which can be expanded. Welcome to our lean transformation and culture change. As you can see in the pictures, we've been ripping things up and making them all new and organized in a well, clean, lit environment, and our employees love it. Look at this dumpster full of stuff just from a few days. I first met Paul and Leanne at the Malpais Surf Camp in Costa Rica in January. We set a Gemba walk for a Young Presidents organization to take a lean leadership walk around our facility, so the pressure is on to perform. What's working for Vantec and the Vantec team? One of the
Do this with an eye pull.
I guess the first aha moment was in 2005. I went on a Gemba walk of a business that was going through a lean transformation, and I saw the power of it and knew it was something that would work for us. Back then it was more about the tools to me. I was trying to bring back the tools. I didn't understand the culture change and everything that goes along with that. Since that time, and going on many of the YPO, Young Presidents Organization signature events, which are Gemba walks to many member businesses and other world-class businesses, is that I saw the gap and wanted to fill it back in our processes. So I knew I had to build a lean leadership team to help me do that. As I'm on the road a lot, I need to be back home more, working in the plant, getting dirty with everybody else, and doing Kaizen events. So I've made more of that commitment, trying to get that done. Have been working towards getting a lean leadership team to help me in that journey. People who came from other businesses that have implemented lean and culture changes. That's one of the things I didn't have. I'm a second generation in the family business. Well, we believed in many of the concepts of lean. I've been studying many, many lean books and just needed help on the implementation and help with that, because I needed a sensei. I needed my own sensei, not just from not just somebody I could hire as a consultant, but somebody in the business with me. So I've now got that accomplished, and I'll show you that lean team. My new lean team members are Tanya Doyle, Matt Spieth, and Jeff Phelps. We're sharing a lot more of our wins and ideas with each other, and we're moving to get away from a culture that was previously, I would say, micromanager, tightly controlled, with very many decisions held by very few. And so we need to have more of that information in the minds of everybody in the plant and documented, and so that's something else that is working for us that we're putting a lot of effort in. We're scheduling a lot of events and want ideas implemented quickly, and the quicker we can make a mistake, learn from it, and document the improvement, the better. Okay, why don't you tell me what is working for Vantec, or tell Paul and the Lean Leadership Summit that we're going to be showing this video to.
I would say that what's working is we are starting to see ownership in operations of associates. We're starting to take some responsibility.
I guess if I go back 5 weeks ago before we started, the lack of confidence in what we were doing, it's the same old story that they've been told before, and we've had some great events that have happened over the last 2-3 weeks that have just made people realize that we're serious, we're going forward, and they're all going on pride with us. I mean, it's been really good.
So just as a clarification, Matt and Tanya started with Vantec about a month to 5 weeks ago,
Yeah,
depending
this is our
on.
5th week together.
And Jeff has been with us for nearly a year. So from different perspectives, you can continue and tell us what's working.
I would say one thing from my visits here before calling on the team full time is that there was a challenge, not with the tools, but with the culture. And so there's a lot of work that needs to be done for respect of the people. And so we're focusing a lot on culture to bring the people with us.
Yeah, not only that, though, respect of the people, respect of the process, understanding that we have to build the company from the floor up rather than push down. And really evident from when I was first here back in early May, late April, early May, to where we're at now. We can start seeing that upswelling happening on the floor. They're becoming very proactive, knowing that we'll take care of things as we go forward.
Yeah, communication was a big deal. Those lines have started to open up big time.
And
Everything's out in the open.
Good. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, that's a good point there, is that the open management methodology, so that we share the information with everyone so they're aware and they can engage and be accountable and have their own number and understand how they fit into the overall success of the organization, what's their line of sight, and how do they win the game when they come to work every day. They need to understand how they win the game.
Cody, can you tell me what we're doing at Vantec to help our lean culture
Sorry, Alex.
team and what works for us?
Well, currently we're working on shrinking up our procedures and making written work instructions to help the material level, make their job easier and flow a lot faster, so they're not spending as much time sitting at their computer trying to figure out how to do something that's already done for them.
And what do you think the opinion is on the floor as we're changing things?
It seems like the culture's starting to change a little bit, and there's a lot more people that are taking it a lot better and more willing to do.
Jim, can you tell me what you think is working at Vantec since we started the lean culture change?
I've seen a lot of different changes, and I noticed that the attitude up on the floor is getting a little better. I mean, it's still kind of a slow process, but I do believe that everybody's seeing the changes are going to be good. I know one thing we've done on our table, the 5S table, a lot of people do like the fact that our equipment's right there and the easy access to it. We have all kinds of different things we're doing, and I believe it's getting better.
August, can you tell me what's working for Vantec in our lean transformation?
Well, we've implemented these agile boards to kind of keep track of what we're doing on a daily basis or what we have in our backlog. Still in the works, trying to figure out what works best for us. And I've got different categories going top to top. I've got my backlog sections at the top and width in the middle, and then what I've completed today on the bottom. And then on the way bottom is what I completed the day before, because we meet every day right now initially to discuss what we're working on, what we completed, and what we've learned.
So you have a scrum meeting every morning at 8 o'clock
Yep.
to go over your project management.
Yep, and to make sure we're in touch with everybody else on the team.
And what do you think of this lean transformation thus far?
I like it. It gets the post-its off my desk. Because I was already, I guess, kind of doing it at my desk, but it just made my desk a little cluttery. So putting it here and putting it up here works best for me, because then other people can see what I'm working on. And they don't have to ask me all the time. They can look at my board and see, okay, she's got it on her board.
Michelle, we just got done having a Kaizen event here at Vantec. Can you tell me what you think of the culture change at Vantec and what's working for us?
What is working is change, and the difference is people actually hearing what we are saying and what the issues are. We are being heard. That's a lot of that communication.
And do you like that change?
Yes, very much.
Mary, we've been making a lot of changes in our lean transformation and culture change at Vantec. Could you tell me what you think is working for us?
Everything that they're doing.
What is that?
It's a good change. The assembly room, not all cluttered up with everything. Everything's separated. Everything's organized. Same way we do for North. We're not up under each other. Things are getting fixed that need to be fixed. Even little tedious things are getting done. That need to be done. To help us.
So we're helping you do your job and making it easier?
Yep.
And you like that?
Yes, I do.
Do you think other people in Vantec like it?
But if they don't, they're fools.
I had to save that towards the end.
Yeah. But you think the change is good and we're changing the culture? Good.
Not staying in the past, you're leading to the future.
Anything else you want to add?
No, I just love my job.
Great. We love having you. Thanks.
Thank you, Paul, for inviting us to the Lean Leadership Summit and helping Vantec achieve its goals.
Wow, that's great.
Well, one of
Not staying in the pastures, we're leading to the future.
one of my challenges and going on the future is to do more videos. So, of course, Paul gave us a video on how to make iMovie, and so that's why I had to do that. I have to make more videos. We have to get Wi-Fi throughout our plant so we can have QR codes and Wi-Fi everywhere. And I'd like Tanya to say a little bit of what you think over the last 6 weeks, but she's been coming in and helping us kind of as a consultant. Yeah, as I was trying to convince her to join us, consultant.
Yeah, she asked me to come and visit, and so I came and visit, and so I always like to help people, and so I was intrigued to come back and see their progress and what they've learned more than anything. And then she kept knocking on the door and knocking on the door, and last year I took a leave of absence from my job at Craig Tool to take care of my dad. He was in a terminal situation, and I helped him get on to his next life. And so my mom has Alzheimer's now, and so I'm taking care of her, and so Vantec is in the same town, so it kind of fit together at the same time. And so it's a long journey for us. When I came to Vantec, the culture was not good. It was, I'd say, command and control from the first generation ownership, and that's how it worked for them when they were in a small shop. And they grew to a quite different sized company with Electrolux and Beam Industries, which my dad was a manager at that organization. And so it wasn't a scalable model. So when you have a command and control leadership model, it's not scalable. It just fails. Because when you're not there, everybody's waiting for you to say, what should I do next? And so when I came in, I saw they were frustrated because their model was not scalable, and swearing at each other, not talking to each other, not getting done what needs to be done. I mean, you could go on and on, right? We already know what that looks like. And so coming in 6 weeks ago and just doing culture shock right off the start, because one of the things at Vantec was a dress code. So if you worked as part of the management team, you dressed like this, and I came in
No jeans
t-shirt.
by previous
Well,
generation.
Sherry's mom is upset with me because I don't look like a leader, right? And so officially changed the dress code. There was no water allowed on the floor because a customer asked in an audit, do you allow water on the floor for your people? And they're like, no, so we can't have that. So change that. We have water on the floor. We're investing in a music system. We're doing a lot of little teeny weeny things to make the people happy, to show respect, to get that mutual trust and respect growing. And so we're also implementing the traction model. I just came out of a company where Gino Wickman and his EOS operating solution works really well. I like it. So we're using the VTO and traction for what are we doing, where are we going, and we use lean for how do we get there. and I take, I guess I'm known as like a robber and distributor. I don't research and develop, I rob and distribute. So I take everything you guys already got going on and I steal it and I make it mine. I didn't invent one stinking thing in my whole life.
Me too, same thing.
Yeah,
I learn from other people.
I'm going to steal from you quicker than you won't even know it. Yeah. So anyway.
JR says you don't have to steal it, we'll just give it to you.
Yeah. Well, you know what? There's some people in lean. There's some people in lean that say that, but then when you go to ask them for their models or their stuff, they're almost like, well, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, really? Are you a servant leader? Are you a true lean coach? Because if you are, you would push it on them and say,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't,
Yeah.
and smack, why aren't you using this? Try this, you know? And so it's just, yeah. So I get a little worked up about the servant leadership thing. So that's what I am. I'm a servant leader all day long. So when Sherry came knocking, she came knocking for 4 or 5 months. I finally said, yeah, I'll come, but I love it. I mean, that's why I was standing over here, because I miss being there. I miss being on the floor. I want to go down there and work. This is out of my comfort zone for being in front of people, and I'm a Gemba person.
Well, I'm very happy for you that you found Tanya and that you guys are working together. It sounds awesome.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you
very
for
much.
having us.